Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to draw a Pokemon Purloin. The things you will need are either a drawing pencil or a regular pencil, a dark colored pencil, you can use a Prismacolor ones, this one's jet black, or you could even use just a black pencil or any thick pencil that will leave dark lines. And for the colored ones you'll need a light pink, a purple, a green, and a cream color. Okay. So, I'm going to start off. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the bottom of her face. And the bottom of her face is kind of like the bottom of a big bowl. It's just very slightly curved. And then the left side of her face goes up and out, just like that. And then there's that little point for her fur, and there's two of them, one shorter than the other. So just like that. And there's one right there that's longer, and the second one is shorter and closer together. And then you can just make that line and leave it right there. It doesn't matter how long, you can erase it later. And then I'll start off with the next side of her face. And again, it's the same thing, except this time we're not going to do that. It goes straight into those little bumps for her fur. And then this one doesn't really have that curve, so you can just go up. And her head looks kind of like a box right now, but we're going to fix that. So I'm just going to erase that little part right there because it doesn't need to be that long. And then you're going to make it go out, in, and then back out for the final part of the ear. And then I can't really think that's about how long it is. And then match it over. And this part comes around like this and then just shoots out like that. So it's sort of like a curve right there. And then again with the little points for the fur, up and back down. And then there should be a little gap right there, and then you can just close that in by curving it over like that. And so that's her head. And I like to add the details before I move on so I don't have to worry about it, especially when I color it. And so she's got a patch of cream colored fur right by her mouth, and it goes up, comes in, goes up again, and then just ends. So it's like a really spread out heart, just like that. And I'll draw her little mouth. So it's just a line, two bumps, another line, and the bottom. And then her eyes are kind of hard. Oh, and I'll add the nose here too. It's just like a little triangle right along there. Don't make it too long, because in the picture, it's not really noticeable. It just blends in right with the corner right there. And her eyes connect to that part right there. So I like to darken it before I do it so that I know where the line is. And her eye comes up almost all the way out toward her ear. And then it comes out and in. And so it looks just like that. And meets at the top. And then there's the other one, which goes out this way, curves on that line right there, and then comes up. just like that. And that I got a little darker because I was going over it again and again. And then it comes down right here, her eyelid. Comes down to right about there. So leave about a quarter of it left. And on the other eye, go in the opposite way. And then there's a big circle for her pupil. And you can make her looking any way you want. And then you draw the line for the cat eyes. And then she's got a little highlight. So just draw a tiny circle right next to the line for her eyes. And then for her back, the neck comes to about right here. Maybe a little thinner. And then her back goes sort of straight down, but I'm going to draw her arm right here. And you just leave it right there. We'll get to that. And then it comes out, curves under, and her stomach is pretty big. And then it just keeps kind of curving up back towards the neck. So sort of like a bottle. And then her arm right here comes out like that and then curves like that. And then since her hand is going over her back, you can erase the line that goes through her hand. And my eraser's not working. So I'll take another eraser. And just start where the line was. And make her 3 little fingers again. And then just connect those 2 lines. And then I guess I should add the other arm. And she's pointing that way. And her arm's just like, sort of like some weird hot dog shape. And then her legs are the same way. But her legs kind of go out and in very slightly. And then up like that. And on the other one too. Except this one is a little more spread out. And you just add some line to identify her little claws. And then her tail. And the tail just comes from about right here. It's kind of like a very stretched out S. It goes up, up, and like that. Just one little curve. And then other line. And that line goes up like that, back like that, so, and it's just like that. And so now you're done with the drawing part of it. So now we're going to add like the little details. And she's got these sort of long diamond shapes near her eyes. So you start off by making like 2 arrows like that, going down a long line like that, and meeting them back at the end like that, but make them little by her eyes. And then she's got a V shape on her neck, just like that. And some zigzags right along her arms. Her back, you're going to add a little hump right there and join it on the other side and end right before it reaches sort of in between her tail and that little line right there. So somewhere around there before it touches the tail. And she's got a little tiny line right there on her paw. Now the coloring. So I'm going to take the cream color first. And I'm going to fill in the diamond shape, the zigzag parts, the triangle, her paws, and the part that we added, those little two humps on her back. And then for the pink, her eyelids and its mouth. And then I'm going to take the green color and fill in her eyes. And then for purple, and fill in all the rest of her body. Oh, and around her mouth is also a tan part. Right here. That's tan part 2. So then I'm just going to keep going on, filling in the rest of the body. Careful to not go over the lighter lines that we drew them with. And we'll darken those in a minute. And then her little hands and her tail. And that little part that we added by her foot. Okay, now I'm going to take my jet black pencil and I'm going to go along the lines that we drew. This gives it a more animated cartoon look, which is better for the Pokemon. And this also gives you the opportunity to fix little lines that you made, or little mistakes that you made drawing the other lines. And I just go around filling all the lines in. Like that. Just try to be careful not to go over and leave like a lot of space. Kind of like that. Like if I colored this in and I made the line here instead of where it's supposed to be, then that will look a little weird. And it's like almost cutting off like a huge chunk of the drawing. And you don't want that because then it can make your drawing look skinnier. Okay, so I've filled in almost all the lines, just a few more. And you can darken her nose to make it look more black. I'm just going to darken around her eyes. I can't darken those. So, that's the finished Purloin. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching. rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.